Give me a couple of minutes.
Okay.
You are there on YouTube.
Speaker
Sir, YouTube it is streaming now.
I think Facebook it doesn't allow once you do YouTube.
Yes, sir. Actually, at a time only one it allows.
Okay.
So not an issue, sir. We can.
We will. No problem. No problem.
I'll share on the Facebook later.
Yeah. No problem. So this YouTube, I can right now this thing. No, my window I can close. No, DP.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can close that tab.
Yes, YouTube tab you can close.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Because again it will be using my data.
It will echo the sound also.
I know.
Yes.
So I would start this meeting, and today we are good evening to all of you, and I'm very happy to have many stalwarts today on this platform of Department of Library Information Science alumni platform. And especially we are having two very special guests today. Okay, I call this batch as Illuminary batch, a 1972 batch. All stalwarts of library science were there. Are there from this particular batch. Okay, so we have picked two of them. Today we are going to have with us Professor C.R. Karisiddappa and Professor PSG Kumar with us. And both will be sharing their experiences with us. So let me introduce first Professor C.R. Karisiddappa. Professor C.R. Karisiddappa is, he is a champion of library science education in India, and he has been mentor to many of library science professionals in India, and under him, many of the professionals have performed their doctoral dissertations, and I believe probably it would be the highest in number in India, I believe, but I'm not sure. In fact, I met Professor C.R. Karisiddappa at DRTC Bangalore, and when first time I met along with him, Professor Lakshman Rao was also there, and I still remember that he embraced me so affectionately, and almost 1 minute he kept holding me that time. Okay, it was just because I used to be, I was from Banaras Hindu University, and that kind of affection he had with me. And sir, let me share with you that as a student, it was a great honor for me that particular day. Okay, and as you know that his scholarship and his oration both are unmatched. Okay, still I feel he is an excellent orator, and the way he puts his thoughts all together with the beautiful set of words and sentences, it is remarkable. As you know, he has written a lot of research papers and many books, and you can go to Google Scholar and find all his literature on Google Scholar. Today I was just going through them and I could find them. Most important is he was the chairperson and convener of second curriculum development committee constituted by UGC in 2001. And today, whatever shape of LIS education we see today, okay, he is the craftsman behind the scene who has worked all together. So friends, I present to you Professor C.R. Karisiddappa, who is with us, and he will be sharing his experiences with us. And let me introduce our second guest, Professor PSG Kumar, a Fulbright scholar and IFLA fellow. Professor PSG Kumar is, he is the person, in fact, we all have read his books during our student days. Let me share with you, apart from a great scholar in library and information science, he has been a very good actor. He has been a playwright. He has been a painter. He had been a sculptor and cartoonist. Today I came to know. And a graduate from agriculture, he joined library and information science, and he reached to the zenith of the profession. In fact, in his initial days, he used to correspond to Professor S.R. Ranganathan, and he was corresponding with him till Professor Ranganathan's death, that is in 1972. He has been a Master of Library and Information Sciences student from our department, Banaras Hindu University, same 1972 preliminary batch. Professor PSG Kumar served at IT College, Lucknow, and Nagpur University. He had served as a registrar of Nagpur University and many other capacities. His books, we need not to say that the kind of books and the kind of literature he has produced all his life, we all have gone through, and probably many of us today, when we are professional and we say that we are active professional and successful professional, it is because of the literature he has produced. So friends, Professor PSG Kumar, right now he is in Hyderabad, and though he was not keeping well, but when I asked him to join us, he agreed, and we are very grateful to him that he is today with us, and he will be also sharing his experiences with us. Let me inform both of you that today we are having many participants together. Many of the students are there, sir. And apart from that, Professor H.N. Prasad, Professor Lakshman Rao, they also have joined. Many of your old friends also, they have joined. You would be seeing them on the camera now and then. So today we are going to today we will be going to the first agenda, which is the part of today's meeting is, let me share with you our students from the department who are research scholars. They have designed a website of Department of Library and Information Science, BHU website. And today we are going to unveil this website in front of both of these luminary professionals. So I would request Professor CRK and Professor PSG Kumar to give me accord so that I can share the page with all other participants.
Okay, share, please.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening. This is PSG Kumar. Hello, Kari.
Oh, yes, Dr. Kumar.
Yeah,
how are you?
Oh, fine, doing well.
So this website is in front of you. Hope you all can have a view to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. In fact, today's this webinars, this thing also the students have put all together on the website. The website is bhulis.wordpress.com. So right now they have used WordPress website, but soon after we will be moving to our own domain name. So this is just to start with. We have created, about the department and the purpose of this association. Then alumni achievements are there in this. Then we are going to create an alumni database. So we have created a Google form. I'm sharing this Google form with you. So where one can go and they can fill up their details, and then we will have a consolidated database. And any event, whatever we are going to have in future, we will be announcing those events here, like alumni meet or webinar or any kind of seminar, etc. Then we are going to have a photo gallery also. So these are the photo galleries from the department and the past whatever activities we have done or our students are involved with. There is also a plan to start a newsletter, which we will be doing it. Dr. Vipin Kumar Pandey is looking after this whole thing. And actually it is his brainchild. He is basically right now in Kanpur, HBTU Kanpur. And it is his brainchild, and along with the students, he perceived the idea, and then this whole website is in front of us today. The team which was involved in designing this website was, all research scholars from the department: Shreya Banerjee, Preeti Singh, Syed Shad Hussain, Navneet Kumar Sharma, and Mohammad Shoaib Ansari. These all are research scholars from the department who has designed this website. In fact, the students have asked me to put on the platform that any suggestions at any point of time, whenever any of the alumni, if they feel they can put forth to me or any of these students, their phone number also they have shared, and they are very eager to incorporate any kind of suggestions for the website. So this is the website we have designed. And now I would request Professor C.R. Karisiddappa, who is with us, to share his experiences, especially the changes he has seen in the students of Banaras Hindu University since his days. Am I audible to you, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So I would request you, you can share your experiences as the student when you were there in the department, and the kind of mischiefs you all used to do, and the kind of changes you have seen over a time in the profession, and how it would be going to be in future.
Yeah.
Thank you. It is all over to you, sir.
Okay. Good evening to all of you. I am greatly beholden by the kind gesture of Dr. Aditya Tripathi for inviting us, me and my great friend, Professor PSG Kumar, to this great event. I am very much thankful to you, Dr. Aditya. The event of inaugurating the BHU Department of Library and Information Science Alumni Association's website is a great event, and it has given us an opportunity to be in touch with the university department and the activities and all the alumni connected to the association and their activities. I'm really thrilled to know the kind of work that you have done in this matter. I feel proud of BHU always because it is my alma mater. I studied there and I learned really what is life and how to live a good life in Banaras Hindu University. My great friends like Lakshman Rao, Satyendra Pal Sood, Dr. PSG Kumar, Satyanarayana, and many others have taught me, because I was the junior most at the time and I was a fresh entry into the department. So this way, I always remember BHU for me is a Stanford of India. I love it throughout my life. The help, the encouragement, and the support by the affectionate staff of BHU, the teaching staff, and the lovable library staff is always remember. LIS education, particularly in India, is almost a century and more old. And BHU's contribution in this regard is great. We are all eating our bread and butter because of the kind consideration of our entry to BHU. Particularly, South Indian library science professionals are greatly benefited with the department because we have been given entry there and a good education. This way, we are very much grateful to BHU for giving us an opportunity. We had a very nice time. Among the 14, almost 10 of us were the professors and head of the departments, and some were heading the library also. And each one of us were so much connected, and it itself formed a network, a national network of library science experts. And that is what made me to have a nationwide network and move along with my library science expertise to share, to learn, to observe, to develop my research capabilities. That way, BHU has contributed a lot. These days, we are very much hearing that there is a mismatch between what is taught in the LIS programs and what is practiced in the library. And whenever there is a discussion on the development of libraries or changing scenario of libraries, services and activities, or the impact of information technology on transforming the libraries, there is always a specific reference is made to library science education, library science curriculum, library science curriculum's relevance, and the need for its revision, restructure, and realignment in the light of this growing information technology. Earlier, UGC used to form the national level committees to design and develop the curriculum. And as a result of it, we had a classic report by first Ranganath. And that is even today is a classic document for this simple reason. It has a very broad perspective of the LIS departments and the educational programs, and a syllabus, a all-time syllabus, which is very basic for all our future developments, syllabus. After Ranganathan's report, then came Professor P.N. Kaula's report, which is very, very exhaustive. And it has accommodated the current trends of the time and given a new dimension to LIS education program. After that, the committee was formed, which was headed by me under my chairmanship, with a group of experts representing different types of libraries and information systems, networks, and all that. There were leading teaching professionals as well as the working librarians. So all of us worked for almost 3 years to design and develop a curriculum which can take us to the 21st century comfortably. And we have focused on the IT component more. For the simple reason, I had a survey of the status of departments wherein I could see the possession, and according to the availability of the infrastructure in all perspective, we have planned a model curriculum for LIS, which can withstand the test of at least the first decade of the 21st century. Almost 20 years passed by now. There is no sign of revision of that, restructuring of that, remodeling of that by the UGC. It is very sad that the professional associations and organizations have not taken keen interest in going for a kind of a restructuring of the course program in the light of the developing information technology. We have seen these days, quality education is loudly talked. And to give a quality education, we have to have quality curriculum, quality infrastructure, quality staff. Considering some of the national institutions like Indian Statistical Institute, BITS Pilani, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, including IGNOU, they are in the practice of revising curriculum from time to time with a team of experts sitting for weeks together to design the syllabus. Majority of our state universities, open universities, distance education programs do revise the curriculum, but they hardly address some of the burning issues like common nomenclature, medium of instruction, uniformity in grades, staff structure, ICT infrastructure, etc. These issues are more seriously considered in the context of assessment and accreditation or quality evaluation. In my opinion, and it was the opinion of many of the experts earlier also, that there should be a national establishment or national council in the field of library and information science to monitor and to organize systematically the quality LIS education. In this context, I remember Dr. PSG Kumar has conducted a national seminar which was widely represented, and all luminaries of library science were the participants in that program. In that national seminar conference, there was a critical issue, that was there is a need for a national council for libraries and information science in India. And one of the theme paper written by Dr. A.Y. Asundi and Professor Gunjal was highlighting the proposed plan of that. That outcome of that conference has initiated many of the other seminars in the course of time, where this was an issue, sometimes a major theme, sometimes a sub-theme. And this was very clearly felt by the library and information professionals. Realizing this national feeling, the subcommittee of National Mission on Libraries has taken seriously and worked out a plan of action and a program for establishing the National Council or National Institute for Library and Information Science. This subcommittee was headed by Dr. A.R.D. Prasad, who was the chairman, and then there were other members also. This committee has went through the aspects of education, training, and research, and proposed to the National Library Mission on Libraries how this National Institute is going to monitor the quality LIS education program and help in developing the enriched manpower and undertaking the research which is need-based. On this has not been so far taken into consideration and no action was there. So when such a kind of delay is there in producing or in inculcating the quality in LIS education, how we can expect a kind of a rejuvenation in modern libraries. So I have seen 2-3 reports which are very much pointing towards the way, the means, the methods, the procedures of thinking and planning for rejuvenation of modern libraries. These reports are published by OCLC and they name, the details are, the first one is reordering Ranganathan, shifting user behaviors, shifting priorities. And another is the library in the life of the user, emerging with people where they live and learn. These two books are giving a very thoughtful ideas to plan our future libraries for getting rejuvenated. I wish all my friends, professional friends, particularly the young and energetic and very aspiring professionals, should go through these two books and see that how best they can take the ideas and translate it in rejuvenating the libraries. And that will be an important point that one has to think. So with these words, I would like to conclude by thanking again Dr. Aditya Tripathi and to my great friend Professor Kumar and to Dr. Lakshman Rao and many others who have joined this webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a wonderful you have served your experiences with us, and you know these words are always going to be treasure for us. It is today I was talking, yesterday I was talking with my friends and I told that probably this is going to be a lifetime event we are going to have. Okay, listening to you and Professor Kumar all together. Now I would request Professor PSG Kumar sir to share his experiences with the profession and his time and how he look forward the profession should go in future. It is to Professor PSG Kumar.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you, Professor Karisiddappa, my friend Lakshman Rao, and most of our colleagues. As Karisiddappa has pointed out, we were 14 in the first batch, and out of 14, 10 are in the various important positions. And Dr. Karisiddappa and all of us has great interaction during the last few years, especially even though we have passed through the examination. Since then, we are in touch with each other, and I am thankful to my friends for the cooperation they have extended to me. Regarding the BHU, as Kari has pointed out, we have learned a lot during the student days, and we had greater interaction with teachers and student friends. And contribution of BHU to LIS education is that when we were about to take education MLIS at BHU, there were only 3 universities. One is the Delhi University, the second is Banaras Hindu University, and later on Chandigarh also started MLIS program. So this is the second important university which imparted MLS education to various senior professionals of today. And as Karisiddappa has pointed out, most of us in that batch have come from South India, and we were fortunate to have important positions to hold. And regarding LIS education, I have been organizing various seminars at the national level, starting from 1980. Almost I used to organize a biennial seminar, and the first one is manpower development in libraries. Then we had a centenary celebration of 100 years of library education and its future. And I invited people from all over India. They have come all the way to Nagpur and extended their cooperation and goodwill. In fact, that seminar was coordinated by me and Indian Library Association, ISLIC, Government of India Libraries Association, and IATLIS, Indian Association of Teachers of Library Science. They all, 4 of us have come together in organizing and celebrating the centenary of LIS education. As Dr. Karisiddappa has pointed out, I organized a national seminar on library LIS education, particularly with reference to accreditation of libraries. When I visited United States of America, I saw the library schools are accredited by a national agency, and with this intention, I organized the seminar. And in fact, our seminar was organized even before the formation of accreditation council of this UGC. Before formation of UGC accreditation council, I proposed to have an accreditation council, and then we proposed that all the library associations should come together and take part in the designing and development of LIS curriculum. And then, of course, we had various seminars as president of Indian Association of Teachers of Libraries. And prior to that, I was secretary of IATLIS for 6 years, one term as vice president and one term as president of Indian Library Association. When I was president of proposing for the vice president of IATLIS, late Mr. Guha as was the returning officer, and he wrote to me not as a returning officer, but as an important professional. I request you to withdraw your nomination for vice presidentship and continue as secretary. So that you see, right from 1980, I've been working for at least for over more than a decade. Then my activities shifted to Indian Library Association. I was vice president twice from the Western region, and I was a president of Indian Library Association from 94 to 96. I think I was the first person to be elected to the president of Indian Library Association from outside Delhi, especially from South. Of course, B.S. Kesavan and others were there as presidents, but they were from the headquarters of the association. I'm the first person to be elected as president of ILA from outside Delhi. And that is a remarkable achievement. Thereafter, many of my friends, including Dr. Karisiddappa, become friends of Indian Library Association. As a member of the Indian Library Association, I took various steps. I was chairman of the Education and Technology Subcommittee of the Indian Library Association for 2 terms, and as vice president, I started organizing training programs in computer application in libraries. In all, we have organized about 23 seminars and training programs in computerized education. As president of Indian Library Association, I prepared a document for the establishment of National Council of LIS Education. And thereafter, I've been working on various other programs. I was the first person to compile Indian Encyclopedia of Library and Information Science in 28 volumes. Prior to that, I worked out library movement and library development in India, which is in 17 volumes. And prior to that, the curriculum, Kumar's curriculum development reports in 17 volumes. So, thus you see, I have contributed to my best to the development of libraries and library science education in India. Well, it was a Herculean task for me to compile the Indian Encyclopedia of Library Science, Library and Information Science, which is running into 28 volumes with 16,000 pages. And I'm glad the publisher, though he was initially hesitant to bring out this publication because it involves a lot of expenditure on his part. I am also thankful to him for bringing out this encyclopedia for the benefit of LIS professionals in India. So as alumni of Banaras Hindu University, I also feel proud to have been associated with this university. And Dr. Aditya has missed one thing. I was a teacher in the Department of Library and Information Science, BHU, for a few months, not for a long time. So it was a matter of pleasure for me to associate myself with this webinar along with my lovable friend C.R. Karisiddappa and my colleague in Hyderabad, my friend in Hyderabad, Dr. Lakshman Rao. Dr. Lakshman Rao is very active among all of us, and he is still very busy in contributing to the development of libraries and library science associations in India. He founded he was elected as president of Telangana Library Association, and he is doing a lot of work for the development of libraries in this region. So I thank Dr. Tripathi and Dr. Karisiddappa, Dr. Lakshman Rao, and all my colleagues who have made a mark in the profession in their own way. And I'm glad that I've been invited for this webinar. And thank you all for your patient listening. And thank you very much.
Fine.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yes, I apologize that I missed the point that you had been to Banaras Hindu University. In fact, out of excitement, probably I just missed it. Thank you once again that you had shared your experiences. And yesterday, as Professor CRK was telling, that you have got a photographic memory. Okay.
Oh, was long back. Not now. Not now.
We just got a glimpse of that today.
The age is telling on my memory.
No, it's wonderful to hear you, sir, and your experiences. And I believe that many of the students, for them, you would be a kind of, inspiration. You both can be an inspiration that they can look forward. Uh, Now, I would request, another thing which I would really like to share with you is, it's not that it is me who is conducting this program. In fact, there is a whole lot of a team. I am just a
Yeah,
face
yeah.
of it right now. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. And, many of the young, professionals, they are coming forward for this kind of activities. In fact, let me point out that brainchild is, I tell you, it is Vipin Pandey from HBTU. He came out with the idea. Then, of course, Pankaj Das, he happened to be my senior at BHU. They both had the idea. And then I tell you, many of the young colleagues, like we have one assistant professor in the department, Sriram Pandey, and then another assistant professor, Vineet Kumar, at Ambedkar University, Lucknow. Okay. Then Akhandanand Shukla is there at Tamil Nadu, Central University of Tamil Nadu. See, these all guys are so motivated, self-motivated, and they are doing so much of work, not only in the profession, as well as they are looking forward to build a team of department alumni. So I'm really happy to see that a new team is being evolved over a period of time, and probably even I am seeing that happening right now. So I am very pleased to have both of you on the platform. And now I would like to request Mr. Pankaj Kumar Das to give a formal vote of thanks for this meeting.
Professor Aditya, can I say 2 minutes?
Oh,
1 minute?
definitely, it will be a pleasure. It will be a pleasure to listen you.
Thank you very much.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
It's nice that you could bring two stalwarts of the profession,
Oh, yes.
because both were presidents of IATLIS, both were presidents of ILA, and both were associated with the curriculum development. I would like to say Professor PSG Kumar is the behind the actual brain behind Professor Kavla's curriculum development report. Let me say that on record it is not there, but he's actually behind the report. His brain is there. Then second important thing is, we were talking about curriculum development. There is one report has come in the year 2019 under the UGC committee, 4-member committee. They brought the report for Bachelor in Library Science.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I'm very critical because they have written as a SENDOC as one of the topic. SENDOC is closed almost 2 decades ago. And even that institution, NISIET, has gone. Now it is National Institute of MSME, that is medium, small, and major enterprises. And similarly, Bulletin Board. Bulletin Board is 20 years old. Now nobody uses the Bulletin Board. I'm just giving an example. See, similarly, you talk about the catalog classification. They have not mentioned which one. See, they have said preparing catalog card, preparing this, and they have given the all CCC, ASCR, etc. But what we have to learn, they have not mentioned. This is under the learning to get benefit. What exactly LOC, something like that they say. So therefore, the report has come. This just I wanted to add. And another important thing I would like to say, as Professor Karisiddappa said, most of the South Indians, you'll be surprised to know, like in Madras, everywhere, in all the universities, Vizag, even my own university, my 2 colleagues, almost most of the South Indians were, in those days, they did from BHU. The reason was BHU was giving us some facility, especially to South Indian, to study, because in Delhi, we were never cared. We don't even get the applications also to submit. So that is how there were many teachers and librarians. I couldn't say SV University, it was headed by BHU. Madras University, it was headed by BHU man. Andhra University headed by BHU man. Usmania was headed by BHU man. Like that, you take many universities, almost all the universities were headed by BHU professionals. So that is what we feel is BHU has given us a lot of professionals in South India. If you say that South India, universities have grown. Universities have grown with the help of these librarians. That means all the credit should go to BHU. We all remember that BHU's contribution to the profession indirectly through its students or alumni, whatever you may say. And another important thing is these two people are associated at the local, regional, national, and international level. And their contribution is phenomenal. At least from our batch, I would like to say they were at the helm of affairs in the profession. And I'm proud that I was also a class fellow of these two guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure indeed to listen you. And definitely, whenever I talk to you, I get something out of you to add on to my existing experiences. In fact, let me tell you on this platform that Professor Lakshman Rao means very often we both talk together. Okay. And many times he let me know how to lead, how to go about the things. So I'm very grateful to you, sir, once again. And
one correction is we are a batch of 1971, 71, not 72.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Unlimited.
I learned that it was 72 from you itself.
200 GB.
I believe.
That is 50 years, half a century back.
Yeah, it is half a century back. It is half a century back. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
One sentence I would like to add.
Yeah, definitely, sir.
You have mentioned about starting a newsletter.
Yeah.
Both ILA, ISLIC is still publishing the newsletter, but it is not reaching to everyone. At least newsletter has also stopped. Yeah. Old persons like me has no source of information. Okay. It will be grateful on your part to start a newsletter and including news about everything in libraries, not only BHU, but alumni.
Yeah, definitely, sir. This newsletter, whenever we are bringing it out, it will be online. It is not going to be a printed form. That is one thing. In fact, regarding ISLIC also, since I am associated with ISLIC very closely, there are many times we have discussions that we bring out newsletter online. Okay. And I think now they are putting it on web also, the newsletters. So if somebody wishes to access the newsletters, they can very much access those newsletters from the website. Yeah. Now, I would request another thing. Yeah, one of our very important colleague who happened to be, as a foundation stone for this whole program is DP Tripathi. In fact, he only has set up this Zoom platform for all of us. Okay, he is also BHU alumni, our alumni, and we are using his account. So in front of my name, you would see DP Tripathi's name. Okay, so in fact, these boys have developed over a period of time remarkably, and sometimes I really feel proud to see these guys all together working. Now I would request Mr.
Professor Aditya, 1 minute. Yes, why don't you announce that we are happy and proud to say that Professor Prasad is the Vice Chancellor of Nalanda Open University, because most of them they are not aware. Maybe your own people there, but otherwise people are not aware. Because living at far different places. Professor Prasad has been now is the Vice Chancellor of both the universities. Yeah. One is Patna University and Nalanda Open University. We all are happy on behalf of the alumni. We are proud of him and wish him all the success. I think that is the most important thing you forgot. Alumni people should know the achievements of Professor Prasad also. He was a librarian for a long time. Did a lot of technology has been used by him. And whatnot. If I want to stay, another half an hour is required. So therefore,
let me that these things are already put up at website, sir. So if somebody wishes to have a look to it, that what are all the achievements are there, we are compiling. In fact, Professor Prasad's also joining as Vice Chancellor is already there at website. And I think he was with us, and probably he has moved right now.
No, sir,
For
he's
some
there.
He's
Sir
there.
is
He's
there.
there?
Yes,
Sir,
sir,
you are
yes.
there?
Yes, sir, is there.
Yes, sir is there. Sir is there. May I request Prasad sir to unmute your audio, sir? It is in.
Sir, you can unmute your audio.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
we,
Yes,
we
sir.
all
We are
can
able
hear
to.
you.
Yes, sir.
I must thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to participate in this webinar, particularly on the occasion when the BHU Library Science Association has hosted its new website. I must congratulate the team for making so beautiful website, and which is more or less more interactive. And I am really very much inspired by the speech of Professor Karisiddappa, Professor PSG Kumar, Professor Lakshma Rao, who has been great alumni of our BHU and the Department of Library and Information Science. As far as the LIS education is concerned, the BHU has been able to produce a galaxy of professionals who have been heading the libraries, the departments, and all that, and have made a definite impact on the curriculum development, or adding the quality education, or the use of the ICT and all that. So the department has given the lead in this direction, and I hope that this is a relay race competition, and the seniors have in the relay race have very well managed the baton, and they have passed on to the persons like me, and that has been passed more to this younger generation. And I'm confident that with the inspiration and the guidance of the senior people, they will be very much doing much better professional work, and will be sharing and will be connecting the university, which is a great university known for the holistic education in the country, and particularly the LIS education, as mentioned by Professor PSG Kumar and Professor Karisiddappa, that this was the second university in India to start the Master of Library and Information Science course. And that way attracted a lot of people from India, particularly from South India and the other parts of the country, to come to BHU, and they have been not able to only learn the subject, but cultural and the moral values, and they have applied in their life to excel and make a position not only for them, but they have taken the LIS profession forward. So with this, again, thank the speakers and the organizations who have very successfully organized this webinar. I am presently in Patna, as Professor Lakshma Rao has already said, that I am heading the 2 universities these days. So I have a more busy time, and still I am with you when the question of this alumni meeting is concerned, and try to participate in all the activities of this BH association. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. In fact, I just missed that. I had the feeling that you had been out of the meeting. I couldn't see that you were there. But again, it has been a pleasure to listen Professor H.N. Prasad, who is Vice Chancellor right now of 2 universities, Nalanda Open University and Patliputra University. And he has been a mentor for this department, and he has led this department almost 20 years.
What kind of?
Yeah. So in fact, he has been mentored, means he has mentored all of us over a period of time. When I joined Department of Library Information Science, it was he who was heading the department and brought me to the department. Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking speech. Now, I would request Pankaj Das to give a formal vote of thanks for this conclude this meeting.
Hello, good evening to all of you.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Aditya sir, for giving this chance to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of the BHU Alumni Association. A graceful and warm good evening to our most valued guest speakers, worthy viewers, and last but not the least, all the online netizens watching live on Zoom and YouTube platform. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this historical occasion. I, on behalf of BHU DLIS Alumni Association, and on my personal behalf, I extend a very hearty thanks to the guest speakers, our teachers, Professor PSG Kumar sir and Professor Karisiddappa sir, who spared their time in this period of lockdown to grace the occasion. Thank you, sir, for sharing your experiences and making this meet meaningful and interesting through your address and sharing your experiences over a period of time. You are a treasure of knowledge of more than a half century, if I'm not wrong. Events like this cannot happen overnight. So, as the wheels start rolling weeks ago and requires planning and bird's eye for details, here we are fortunate enough to be backed by a team of a very dedicated and motivated team of departmental research scholars, namely Mr. Navneet Kumar Sharma, Mr. Saeed Saj Hussain, Ms. Shriya Banerjee, Ms. Preeti Singh, and Mr. Mohammad Soeb Ansari for crafting the alumni website with their creativity and hard work, and with the meaningful, fruitful inputs from Dr. Vineet Kumar, Assistant Professor, B.R. Ambedkar University, Lucknow, Dr. Sriram Pandey, Assistant Professor, DLIS-BHU, and Dr. A. Shukla, Associate Professor, Central University of Tamil Nadu. Credits are also due to the administrator of the BHU DLIS WhatsApp group and my dear friend Dr. Vipin Pandey for conceiving this idea of alumni website creation and crystallizing it. In this process, Dr. Aditya Tripathi's contribution cannot be minimized. He also done a lot of good work behind the scenes. Further, a big thanks to the moderator of the session, Professor Tripathi sir, Aditya Tripathi sir, for moderating the webinar session with a wonderful hand. Thanks and a special mention goes to the alumni of DLIS-BHU for their active participation. Thank you so much, dear friends. I am sure that webinar like this will continue to get generous support from all stakeholders in the future. Once again, I thank all for your cordial cooperation and web presence. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Mr. Pankaj Das. In fact, I see many of our old friends also now. Just now, I was browsing the list of participants, so I could see many of our old friends there. Dr. Meera is there. Dr. Manorma Tripathi was there. So many of our friends are there whom I can see, and we had requested. They all are there. I am very happy to note that they all have participated. So once again, I thank all of you for joining us on this platform, and we hope we will keep doing this in future. Thank you one and all. And with your kind permission, I would like to end this meeting.
Hello.
Yes, sir. So can I end the meeting now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, in the stream also, in the Zoom right side
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah, okay.